parts is turning more to be a suburban sport than small town. Here we go, folks. It's 1st and 10 after that successful catch and run. Ball on the 15. There's the pitch at the last second, but great job of stringing it out on a wonderful hit by 62. I think 62 for the Tigers got there first. And then he got finished up by his teammates. 62 being Brandon Bame, a junior for the Ripon Tigers. Nice job. Great job, really, by the quarterback. He was getting hit, and he still pitched. Great relationship of that pitchman to stay there, but the defense did a better job. We'll call it no gain. Here's that shotgun. He's going deep in the corner. Busted coverage.
Wide open.
Wide open. I don't know what happened with the corner on that. Didn't see it, but he was wide open. He was an orphan, and he goes in for 6 points untouched. He just ran to the pylon on the left side of the field, and there was nobody in black and orange to say hi to. So it's 6-0 at the 8:06 mark. They started off the game receiving the ball on the opening kickoff and very methodically worked their way down to come away with a touchdown pass to go up 6-0. Now going to try to improve upon that with the PAT, and it looks clean from here, and it is 7-0. Chargers of Kettle Moraine Lutheran go up. At the 8:06 mark, Ripon now will be given their first opportunity on offense. And we're going to see, we talked about it before in pregame, we're going to see Ethan Struble, the junior for the Ripon Tigers. We've seen briefly perform in the latter stages of the Kiel game, and now he's going to get the starting nod tonight, minus what really would be one of the better receivers on the squad, Kai Agamite. So maybe somebody, when you start looking at that situation, I start thinking right away of number 80, Caleb Hopp. And maybe you talked, Howard, earlier also, maybe we're going to see more of Gannon Stelmacher, because Gannon Stelmacher not only catches the ball in offense wonderfully, he also intercepts on the other side of things as well. So I guess what I'm saying is Gannon Stelmacher is a nice receiver with really good hands.
Yeah, Gannon brings a lot of speed to the game, which is a big asset.
A lot of quick.
If he can get a little gap in between somebody, he becomes very elusive.
And when you watch these little passes out to the flats by this Kettle Moraine Lutheran team, they're doing the same thing. They're taking what they perceive to be their best athletes, like number 5, and get them in space and then let them go one-on-one. Here's the kickoff. That's by that's by number 10, Matt Thistle. And it goes over the head. Now you got to pick it up. It looks like that might be Stelmacher. I think it was.
Had a couple of big
Gannon picked up that tip ball on the ground that we didn't handle cleanly, and now we have the official.
We have a player down, yep.
So they'll stop it. Number 50 is hurting right now for Kettle Moraine Lutheran.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing major, but he got hit by his own player there, so we'll kind of see what comes up from there.
Are you looking for a new career? The Smuckers facility in Ripon needs you as part of their team. Starting wage is over $20 per hour. Full benefits effective from day one and a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Apply online at www.smuckerscareers.com.
Celebrating 125 years of community banking, committed to providing excellent customer service and support for your local businesses, community, and individual finance growth. Horicon Bank, the natural choice, member FDIC. Cliffs Tire and Battery, make that long drive this season with confidence all year long. Get ready for your next road trip with Goodyear tires from Cliffs Tire and Battery, West Fond du Lac Street, Ripon. Drive your favorite team to the game with Lamers Bus Lines. Lamers is now hiring school bus drivers. Great pay, flexible schedules, complete driver training, and bonuses up to $1,500. Apply in person or go to golamers.com/carriers. And
hey, many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement deserves more attention, Edward Jones can help. Stop by and see your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Greg Dragalovich, and 121 Watson Street, or Shade Horton at 1098 West Fond du Lac to learn more. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
Oh, it's good to see the player up, but he's moving very slowly as they're helping him across the field there.
Yeah, he's not going to be back in real soon, I don't think.
Oh.
So let's set the table. That was the return kickoff for the Tigers, and they're going to go their first offensive play just under 8 minutes remaining in the first quarter. The opening 4-minute drive, basically, by Kettle Moraine Lutheran, they came away with a touchdown pass in the far corner, and that put them on the board. And they're up now with following the point after 7-0. Kettle Moraine Lutheran comes in with 1-2 record, but they have a loss in overtime and they have a 1-point loss in another game. So this is a team that very easily could be coming in at 3-0.
Exactly, and they're solid. So now we'll get to see the Tiger offense for the first time tonight.
Big thing I'm going to watch for is the O-line. Ripon has to start settling in, getting more comfortable in getting a better job of sustaining their blocks so they can run their offense. That's their bread and butter formation. Cameron Hahn up the middle. He's gang tackled for marginal gain. We'll call it a yard, going off that A gap on the right-hand side for about a yard.
Yeah, he got that initial step, but then was closed in by 3 big white jerseys. And like you said, a yard, that's it. See what Coach Bradley comes up with on 2nd and 9 for the Tigers.
Is he going to be patient, or is he going to try to go to the air right away? We'll have to see. And they're split out to the left, slot left, motion from the right. That's Hop. He resets at the left tight end position. Now we get motion from the tailback. That's Stellmacher in a quick pitch, and he is met in the backfield. Couldn't get the block on it. Great defensive job of coming across the line of scrimmage, zeroing in on the pitch man, and it never had a chance to develop.
No, it was dead before it even started, as they were coming to the short side as it was, and the KML just overloaded that short side.
I don't know. I wish I had the number of the guy that made that play. He just came across. He saw what was going on, and there was a loss, we'll call it, of about 4, maybe even 5. Brings up 3rd and long for the Tigers. Defense is looks like it's a 43. Out to the left end. Catches for Ripon. It's not going to be nearly enough for a first down, but a pitch and a catch. That's a good way to start. That's a win to number 18 for the Tigers.
That's Huber out there on that catch. And, if you can get a few of those and loosen up that defense a little bit, that might make it a little easier for the running game. But Olson will come in to do the punting.
He's been the punter this season and last year, if memory serves me. So boy, it looks like they're almost lined up to go for a block here.
They were.
What a great kick. Knuckleball, almost a spiral. Fair catch called for inside the 35-yard line. Call it about the 34. Great job by Olson. Under pressure would be an understatement.
If he would have left his leg hang out there just a little bit, they did run into him a little bit, and then, let's go for that Academy Award.
No, it's not. Hey, you get hit. If that leg is exposed in the air, it's not an Academy Award.
You got to sell it, though.
You don't have – well, you may not have to. Here we go, 1st and 10 on their second possession, leading here early in the game, 7-0. Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers come to the line of scrimmage. Split wide again, tight left. Gives it up to the back up the middle. This time the Ripon defense responding very favorably for no gain at all.
That's one of the things Gannon Stellmacher was talking to me the other night in the coaches show.
Yeah.
And a little bit after is they need to get more bodies after that initial hit to shut the runners down.
Yeah, it's called pursuit. It's called hit and get. And we have an official timeout. He's going to talk with the head referee, the side judge. Don't know what's going on. Interestingly, you have it whether you want to wear a mask or not. I noticed that the one referee does choose to wear a mask outdoors. The others are comfortable being outdoors, as it were.
That's a personal choice.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
So here we are. After that good job of about a 1-foot gain by the Ripon defense, brings up 2nd and long. We're split wide left and right. Slot left. Pro set back. Up back again.
Keeper.
And a good job. They've done a great job of taking away the up back. His only success was on that 4th and 4. This time the quarterback carries for about the 4th time in the game. He did get positive yards. Call it about a 6-yard gain, Howard, do you think?
Well, because they didn't get much on that first
About
down
a-
drive.
about a
So
foot.
give credit to the quarterback for all 6 yards that they have, so it'll bring up a 3rd and 4.
Now here's an opportunity. If they can hold him here with the ball being inside their own 40 for the Chargers, maybe we could see that punt team, but that remains to be seen. Shotgun again. He's trying to get Ripon to jump. It almost looked like it's an automatic keeper, turns it upfield, got the first down. That was nothing fancy. That was a predetermined. That was not an option play. It had an option look, but that was going to be a get the snap and just run it off the left side.
Yeah, that left guard pulled and led the way out there. And,
Predetermined,
a great job there of following your blockers for the first down.
Predetermined. Quite frankly, there was nobody around him in black for those first 4 yards. Got to do a better job on the edge when that attack comes. Here we are with trips to the right, single back, shotgun, play action pass, keep again, hit him. Good job. The guy in front had a nice job by Hop. The guy that made the tackle, the guy in front of the quarterback should have stuck that right shoulder pad right into his ribs.
That was Huber out there that wasn't sure where to go on that, whether he was covering the receiver that vacated
if he was
the
going to
spot
pitch or not.
if he was going to pitch.
And give credit to the quarterback because that's what option football does. It creates indecision, and I think that you just explained it. 2nd and long. Hits out onto the flat. Another shot. What a pump that was by Cameron Hahn. If you weren't sure who did it, just look at Cameron. That was a pop goes the Weasel, and you know who the Weasel was. That was the number 5, who's had 2 passes thrown to him, and both of them have been right
low.
off the shoe tops.
Yeah, exactly.
Great concentration, great hands by number 5, and that would be Mason Kneppel. He's a 6'2 senior, 186-pounder. So that's not a small guy that Cameron Hahn just popped 3 yards backwards. So with 3rd and long, call it 6, see what the defense can do. Can they make him punt? Quarterback keeper again, this time dragged down from behind by number 53 for the Tigers. He's one of the guys, the first guy. That's Brett Bach, the sophomore. Good job by the underclassmen. Now, last time we saw 4th and 4, we know what they did. That play just put them into Ripon territory at about the 47-yard line of Ripon.
And it turns around and gives them that 4 yards like they had the last time when they went for it on 4th down. So.
Right. They took the up back, went off the left tackle hole for a first down, and they're going to do it again. They're going to go for it on 4th and long. 4th and 4, 2 split, pro set back. You got your wing back on the left. Watch the quarterback. That's where the ball's going to go, you think, almost. This time they go to the up back. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Oh, my, what a great defensive stop that was.
Brett Bach hit him chest to chest and just stopped him in his tracks. So a nice job there for the Tigers as they get the ball on turnovers. 2:12 to go here in the first. Kettle Moraine Lutheran leads the Tigers 7-0 on your Heidel House scoreboard.
And that's a sophomore, by the way, that just made that nice tackle. In fact, he just had 2 really nice tackles in that drive by the Ripon defense. Mr. Bach himself. Here we go, 1st and 10, taking over on downs, best field position, 2nd offensive possession for the Tigers. 1st and 10 on their own 47-yard line. Play action pass going for it, out to the right, and he overthrows his intended target. I think that's Hop. Remember, no Agamite tonight, so I was wondering if we would see more of Hop, who's been kind of a quiet on the offense so far in this early part of the season. Be nice to get him involved.
Well, it looked like Hop was kind of knocked around out of his pattern, so he didn't get into the full speed of the route. And good job by KML to do that and disrupt the play.
Ethan Struble getting instructions from head coach Mark Bradley, getting his first start of the senior. Struble, a junior. Split wide to the right. There's Gannon Stelmacher, gets the ball. No real estate to work with, so to speak. We'll call it a 1-yard loss, in fact.
Yep.
Slow developing, and when it's slow developing to the short side of the field, it's 2 things that don't work in your favor, and Stelmacher just found that out on a personal level. 1-yard loss, we're going to call it 3rd and 11.
I'd like to see Gannon be able to get some runs to the wide side where he can use that speed to either stretch it out or cut it up.
I just like those quick pop passes out to the flats, too, like Kettle Moraine Lutheran does. They do that very well, I think, with number 5, Kneppel, Mason, and they've done it with 25, their bigger target, Spencer Stern. Here we go, 3rd and long. Big challenge for the Tigers if they want to maintain possession. Hop in motion, resets at the tight end on the wide side. Straight drop back by Struble for the Tigers. Rolls out to his right, looks for his target. That's Stellmacher. Overthrew him. He got behind the defense, Gannon Stellmacher did. Just a little underthrown.
He was looking for a flag out there as he was held, but no call by the official. Brings up 4th down.
Well, the defense rose to the occasion on 4th and 4, held them. Offense couldn't convert into a first down, still in search of their first down. So with the ball at their own 46-yard line, the Tigers are back in punt formation, and that's our man Olson, who was under a lot of duress last time but had a really good kick. And another one to follow up with that. This time another fair catch right on their own 20-yard line. Good job by Olson with the punt. Hillside Dental Associates in Ripon has been offering a complete range of premium dental care for over 35 years, including preventative hygiene, cosmetic, and restorative procedures, along with Invisalign and sedation dentistry. That's Hillside Dental Associates in Ripon.
Buttsy Marchand, serving local families with grace and compassion since 1896. Buttsy Marchand. So here we go, ready to get things moving.
1st and 10 on their own 20. 7-0. By the visitors on their first offensive possession on a drive. Looking deep for a lot, and he better turn around. They're going to call face screening or interference. They didn't. If he would have turned his head,
he'd have been all right.
Maybe he would have been all right. You never know because we can only conjecture. But you just can't allow yourself to get beat deep because if you do your homework, you'll know that 25 is the man. He's the guy they want to go deep with. That's Spencer Stern, the 6'1", 175-pound senior who had a really big game, even though they lost in overtime last Friday night at the hands of Kewaskum.
Well, that was Tyler Bradley, and he's going to learn out there that you got to read the eyes of the receiver. He's going to let you know when that ball's getting close.
Well, better yet, instead of reading the eyes of the receiver, be as deep as the intended receiver. Yes, when you're playing, you're looking at elbows. You're already beat. So now you got to hope for the best. Well, here we are after the pass interference call. It's 1st and 10. They got the ball now at their own 31-yard line. Looks middle, comes back to the left. He's open. Almost picked off Gannon Stellmacher. Great job of defending the ball. Who else? The best player I've seen so far for the Ripon Tigers this season, without a doubt, Gannon Stellmacher.
That was a nice timing pass because it was just a 1-2 throw, and Stellmacher really came flying from the side to get up there and knock that away. So it'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I can hardly wait for halftime for those cousin subs. I'm being truthful.
Didn't eat much today?
Did not. 2nd and 10 following that incomplete pass. Fumble on the ground, but I think he might have recovered his own fumble. But he dropped it, got the dropsies. Ripon defense had something to do with that with a little bit of a push by that front 4 by the Tigers, got him into the backfield. I think it kind of disrupted the whole rhythm of that offensive play.
Well, it looked like 2 of the left side offensive linemen kind of started a little early, but no call on that, and maybe that disrupted everything also. 3rd and 11 here.
Here we go. Keeper after the fake handoff up the middle. Quarterback seems to be doing most of the damage on the ground tonight for Kettle Moraine Lutheran. He's going to work out a few of those yards. Once again, that's number 12, Jake Freeman, the senior 6'1", 170-pound quarterback for the Chargers.
And that's where the first quarter will come to an end with Kettle Moraine Lutheran leading your Tigers 7-0 on the Heidel House scoreboard. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Mutual Insurance, keeping Wisconsin strong. With a full line of insurance products exclusively designed for Wisconsin, call Victor at Victor Magnus Agency. With rural mutual insurance, Victor will help get your personal, business, farm, and life insurance needs in order. For a free quote, visit victormagnus.com. That's Victor, MAGNUS.com.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the second quarter, and here's Marty Ernzer with the play-by-play.
Beginning of the second half, it's now the down is 4th and 6. And they're back in punt formation. The Kettle Moraine Lutheran is, after the Ripon defense doing their job. He gets the kickoff, a little bit of contact on the punter, no call. And the ball bounces back in the favor of Ripon, so they better down it. And it's going to be good field position for the Tigers following that average length punt, I would refer to it as. So Ripon will take over with their offense. This will be their third offensive possession. They're trailing 7-0. The only score so far was the initial offensive drive after they got the kickoff to start the game. And they went down the field in double-digit plays and came away with a touchdown pass in the far left corner. And then the point after was good. And so that's it for the game so far, 7-0. Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Ripon just got the quarterback, Struble, just got instructions from head coach Mark Bradley, goes out to the huddle. And we're just underway here in the second quarter at Ingalls Field in Ripon, under the lights. Split wide to the right, Ripon is with their double wing. Usually you get motion out of that. This time, no. Going to go to Gannon Stillmacher to the short side of the field. He's being run down immediately, never even got a chance to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a short loss. And not understanding that play because it's not working. It's a prison break with the defense getting so deep, multiple defenders into the backfield, that there's really no opportunity for the success of that play.
Yeah, I mean, there's no opportunity for him to even cut that up early.
Yeah, when he did cut it up, he was met 1 yard short of the line of scrimmage, and it was a solid tackle. We couldn't get the number of that defender on the far side. Point being, 2nd and 11 for the Tigers. Shotgun, he's under pressure right away. Because of that pressure, give credit to that right defensive end for Kettle Moraine Lutheran. That ball was short because of that pressure. He was not blocked. That's number 80 for the Chargers, and his name is Isaiah Zilger. Nice job, Isaiah.
Yeah, he came in untouched, as Marty said, and everything was set up right for the Tigers, just the timing was not there.
Yep. So after that 1 yard loss on 1st and 10 by Ripon, it brings up in the incomplete pass 3rd and 11. So this is it right here. Punt team, get ready if they do not get that 12th yard right now. Split wide to the right. Make that hop moved, and so that's going to make that 16, 3rd and 16. So it goes from a tough challenge to a tougher challenge for the Tiger offense.
Yeah, 2 men moving at the same time for the Tigers, not a good thing.
Last week, the offense I mentioned earlier ran for nearly 400 yards for Berlin against Ripon, threw for 95, almost another 100 yards through the air. Ripon total offense could not get on track on either the ground or through the air, had less than 100 yards of total offense. Kai Agamite did have 3 catches, and that was the one bright spot I felt for the offense for Ripon. We'll talk about the Ripon defense last week in a moment as we get an end around to the right, and it's going to be more of the same. Another loss on just hit and get. I love the way that this ball club rallies defensively to the ball when Ripon's out there with their offense.
Yeah, another 3 yard loss there. Olsen had no chance as, you can't run corners when you have nobody out there blocking for you. Let's just be straight about it. There was no black jerseys out in front of them.
And let's food for thought. We've seen 2 almost blocked punts when Olsen goes back and has gotten 2 great punts. So keep your eyes on that. You got to block, give them a chance. But they're getting close every time. A shorter one this time, but a high one that bounces in favor of Kettle Moraine Lutheran. You want to get on that, guys. Just got 4 more extra yards.
Yeah, if it's coming towards you, you want to down it.
Yeah, I forgot how you mathematically or geometry, how you describe the shape of a football, but I can't pronounce it. But anyway, you never know how that thing is going to bounce, and that was an example of it right there. So guess who's taken over 1st and 10 with a 7-0 lead in Ripon territory on after that punt by Ripon. It'll be 48-yard line, 47.
Down on the 47.
Here we go. And that shotgun's very familiar snap. Twins out to the right, straight drop back, and he's going deep and big to the right for his favorite target. That's Mr., I believe, Stern, number 25 intended. Spencer Stern, double S, the senior, 175-pounder.
Brett Bach applied a little bit of pressure there to the quarterback, but then he was claiming to the official he was being held.
They were down 14-0 and then came back and got 2 rushing touchdowns just before the end of the first half, Kettle Moraine Lutheran. And then there was no scoring in the entire second half until overtime, and that's when Kowalski was able to pull out with a touchdown pass. So here we go. Second and long. Good. We'll call it good job by the defense for the Tigers. That's that one play he loves to do, usually to number 5. This time, 2 numbers less. Number 3 for Kettle Moraine Lutheran. That's Trey Luring. He's a 5'9", just a little gnat, 130-pounder, little water bug. He's a junior. Good job by the defense and space for that little guy to shake and bake, and they did a good job of giving him marginal gain.
Did a good job of cutting back in for 3 yards.
Here we go. 3rd and 7. They're probably in 4-down territory, but let's see what Ripon defense does here. It's a keeper around the end again, and he's busting loose. He could be gone. It's a foot race. Gannon Stellmacher's not going to catch him, I don't think. Does right at the goal line. Let's see where they rule him. Down inside the 1.
Yep.
Oh, my. Great job by Gannon Stellmacher. But, geez Louise, as the expression goes, Jake Freeman just burst right up there off the right A-gap, off the right tackle. He squared up, and he exploded once he got those pads square to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Gannon Stellmacher came from all the way here on the near side cross field to make that tackle.
Another example why he probably is the best athlete on the football team. Gannon Stellmacher does it all on both sides of the ball. He has not gone untracked offensively because when he gets the ball so far in about 4 rushing plays, he's been trapped. Here we go. 1st and goal, I believe, inside the 1-yard line for Kettle Moraine Lutheran, looking to add their 2nd touchdown of the game. Quarterback keeper up the middle. He's hit right away, but, he's going to maybe even lose a yard. What do you think?
Big number 74 in there for the Tigers. Steffens.
Whoa, talk about big. Talk about all-conference. Talk about a senior, Quentin Steffens. 16 tackles last week in that effort against Berlin. How's that? I mean, if he wanted to get more tackles last week, he probably would have had to run out and tackle one of his own teammates because I think he made just about every tackle out there against Berlin. Nice job. See what they want to do this time. Another keeper are going to hand it off to the up back. Up back.
Keeper.
Keeper. He went behind the up back when he faked off the drive, and it's good enough for 6.
Did a nice job of following the up back and getting that extra blocker in there for the 1-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And the big really concern, and Coach Bradley's made no bones about it, is what's going on in the trenches, particularly on the offensive side of things. And Ripon just needs to keep working hard on that offensive line and trying to improve week to week. There's the PAT kick. Is it going to be? I think it just crept over.
Just barely made it.
Yeah. So a traditional score in that it's 14 points for the visitors.
At 14-0 on your Heidel House scoreboard here at Ripon. Fortified Bank is growing Wisconsin. One person, one business, one relationship at a time. Visit fortifiedbank.com to see how banking locally is a win for you and your community. Member FDIC.
Hometown Radio is your local source of news, weather, and sports. Tune in and team up every morning with Bob Nelson to find out what is happening in your area. That's Hometown Radio.
Fusion Heating and Cooling, the area's newest family-oriented Trane dealer, offers service on all manufacturers' brands and specializes in providing solutions for all your home comfort needs. Getting the job done professionally and on time. Fusion Heating and Cooling, servicing Ripon and the surrounding area.
8:49 remaining in the first half. Ripon trailing 14-0 following that huge run that set up the go-ahead, but the 2nd touchdown for Kettle Moraine Lutheran by the quarterback. That would be Jake Freeman. And he's done a great job of running that offense for his head coach, let me tell you. That head coach, David Kren, K-R-E-N. Nice job. Doing the kicking off is Matt Thistle, their backup quarterback, and he does a great job of kicking it into the end zone for a touchback. Good decision down there, huh, not to touch it?
Yeah, when you're at the 5-yard line, it's coming hard at you. Just let it go.
Especially on turf, right?
Yeah.
Where you can get burned is on a natural field. Like if this happens at Berlin,
and it dies.
It can that grass and that if it's not hard ground can absorb the bounce, and all of a sudden it's a thud, and you're sitting there going, uh-oh.
You're at the 1-yard line. Yeah, exactly.
Not a good feeling.
No, but the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 on their 20.
They have not been able to do anything. They have not, I don't believe, have achieved a first down yet in this game. The defense does a great job of hit and get. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a 5-man front. They roll up their outside linebackers, make it a 5-man front. 52 Okie defense. And it's up the middle, this time with some success. I believe that was Cameron Hahn.
That it was.
I say that based on the size of the runner. I couldn't see the number.
Yeah, the big guy up the middle will pick up 5 for the Tigers.
That's a good description of Cameron Hahn. Big guy. They're probably, I'm going to say it is. That's got to be their best rushing play so far, about a 5-yard gain.
It is. Everything else has been either 1 yard, maybe 2, or -4 or 5.
Yeah, every time they've tried to go wide, the defense for the Chargers has done a great job of not letting them get to the edge and turn down upfield, I should say. We got Hop switching over to the slot position, tight formation, split left with one guy. Now Hop comes back the other way. Fake handoff, Cameron Hahn up the middle again, and guess what? Tigers just secured their first down on back-to-back carries by the Beast.
It was nice to see Cameron get that spin at the end, and that's what got him that first down there. So
yeah, and he has been used marginally as far as I can see from what we've seen the previous 2 seasons. And here's something else, by the way. Do you know that Ripon has beaten this ball club 3 successive times coming into tonight? So I hope Ripon knows that, and maybe that can give them a little bit of a fire.
That's also a little bit of fire for KML coming into this, too.
Yeah, good point. Very good point. They try to go wide with Olsen. Haven't seen that tonight. Olsen had a lot of success, it seemed, early on last season, getting wide, getting to the edge. We haven't really seen that since then. He was hampered with an injury a year ago about mid-season. So right there is another example of Ripon being denied the opportunities to go wide. They cannot get the ball to the outside. Once again, give credit to those defensive ends and the outside linebackers of forcing everything back into team defensive pursuit. 3rd or 2nd in about a long 12. Brings up a passing play, I would think. And it's a handoff off the left side to Cameron Hahn. This time, the Bull, he didn't go down. He was stubborn. Having said that, no gain.
That gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Yeah. That line of scrimmage being from the 2-yard loss from the previous play. Maybe a yard gain, we'll call it. 3rd in double digits, nonetheless, if they want to move the chain. Got the ball on their own 30-yard line, Ripon does, trailing 14-0 here in the second quarter. 6:22 in counting left in the first half here at Ingalls Field in Ripon. Thanks for joining us tonight on a beautiful day, and maybe even a more beautiful evening tonight in September.
And we're going to get a timeout taken by the Tigers with 6:07 to go here in the first half. Kettle Moraine Lutheran leading 14-0 on your Heidel House scoreboard.
Webster's Marketplace is proud to be your locally owned and operated grocery store since 1987, featuring an indoor deli, bakery, floral shop, butcher, and smokehouse. Webster's is your full-service grocery store, Highway 23 West in Ripon. That's Webster's Grocery.
We believe a company like a family is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out Walsworth.com for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School. For a truly delicious lunch or evening dinner, plan to visit the Pastimes Pub and Grill. Carol's homemade soups are always available, along with a great variety of sandwiches, awesome burgers, and salads. Be sure to try their popular baby back ribs, available Saturday evenings. If you enjoy cooking, stop in and apply at Pastimes Pub and Grill, downtown Ripon.
Hey, if you like what you're seeing live streaming and eventually Ripon Cable 986, you can thank Chris Jones, Cole Gregney, and our executive producer. I notice he joins us on the home games. Riley Eisnagel is in the booth tonight, folks, so if you're looking to get his autograph, he's a hard guy to find. This will be the time to get up here at halftime.
Yeah, definitely if you like what you're hearing, subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah, it's 3rd and long. Ripon finds themselves in a bit of a pickle here, and they're going to play action pass. He's got his target. Now he tucks and runs. Struble, nice decision. Not going to get the first. Got positive yards. He wanted to go to Hop. Hop was well covered.
Yeah, if Hop would have kept running, he would have opened up because the defender was coming up on him. And
yeah,
it looked like Struble was kind of holding back a little bit for that to happen.
Yeah, what Hop didn't know is he was going to run his shorter pattern. What he didn't know is that the quarterback was now going to tuck and run. And when that happened, his defender went to Struble, but he doesn't have eyes in the back of his head. And I wasn't sure if Struble was past the line of scrimmage at that point. Having said all that, it brings up 4th and about 4, but given where they're located, they elect to punt, and that was a good decision because it's a heck of a kick. And it goes right into the hands of Stearns, who breaks it off the right-hand side. He's got a long stride. Great job of tackle. I believe that's the sophomore Bach. No, 55? No. I can't. 55 or 56? You tell me. 56.
56, yep.
The PA announcer told me.
Well, they're kind of hard to tell the numbers out there, and that was Greff on the tackle.
Yeah, nice job. Bodie Greff. He's just a sophomore, so I was right with the underclassmen thinking it might be Bach with the 5. It was a 6 instead of a 3. And here we go, folks. Great job on special teams on that punt. In fact, they've been really well on all the punt efforts tonight, the Tigers have been. So on their own 32-yard line, 1st and 10, 14-0 here in the second quarter. Kettle Moraine Lutheran is going to try to add to that lead. There's that quarterback. This time he hands it off. Oh, he slips a tackle, and a great job by the defensive back. I believe that was Stelmacher. Wow.
Came in, lowered his head, and took the legs out, like you're supposed to.
Yeah, the first would-be tackler found out that legs are stronger than arms. And then Gannon Stelmacher, just a great job. You talk about leading by example. This guy is it. Gannon, pound for pound, tough player. 2nd and 7. Play action pass going deep. Great defensive coverage by number 10. Almost picked it off. Great job.
Struble out there on the coverage.
Struble was right on him. I mean, they were twins.
When he turned, I thought he was going to have an opportunity to pick that off.
He did.
And
that
then
ball
the receiver became a defender to knock it away.
Yeah, it was a tipping drill by both players. Great coverage, though, by the junior. 3rd and long. So that play action pass is working simply because that quarterback tuck and run has been so effective. No better example of that than when he ran nearly what appeared to be a touchdown, but Gannon Stelmacher did a great job of keeping him out of the end zone. So it's a timeout.
No, official timeout because there was blood, and number 60 had to leave.
It did. Our executive producer and I were both on the same page thinking KML had called a timeout, but they didn't. It's 3rd and 7. Ripon defense, can you answer the bell right here? They hit the almost, nope, they give it to the faked up back, and there's their quarterback, instant replay. What a player he is. Does he do a great job of riding that up back, Howard, for about 2 yards, holds it there, and it freezes the defense, and then he pulls it at the last second, he being Freeman, Jake, the quarterback for KML, and then just sees the seam and explodes for positive yards. 1st and 10 into Ripon territory. Wow, 46-yard line of Ripon. Oh, what a hit. Was that our boy, the Beast? No.
No, that was
77. Great bear hug. No gain. What a great job by
Sanchez
77.
was in there, yeah.
Jose Sanchez, the senior. What a great hit playing that interior tackle position. Wow. I'd like to see more of that if you're a Ripon fan. sprint out right. Then he hits the pitch man. Almost had him for a loss. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, no more than that. The pitch man being Ben Schwaui in 24. In 24, that's one of the few times we've said his name tonight. He got a 1-yard gain out of that, 3rd and 9.
Brett Bach in there on that tackle. A nice job coming from his position.
What are they going to do on 3rd and long? Gives it to the up back this time. And look at that. Just when you think if he gives it to the up back, Ripon's going to stop him. And that was number 30 on that successful run, Ben Zilger.
And it brings up a 1st down.
Ben Zilger had a big game last week in that overtime loss. Had a big run in the second quarter of about 53 yards. I can see where you get so wrapped in on that quarterback, eh? You're so conscious of the quarterback, and then he gives it to the up back. I think everyone's kind of caught surprise there. He looks like he. What do you think of that? It looks like he rides that up back off the right tackle. Then he stops. He hesitates. Looks like he's going to hit the pitch man. Then he tucks and runs anyway. All that happens in what? 1.5 seconds?
And he turned around and tried to fake the defensive end out there, and good job of staying at home and playing your shoot.
Yeah, gave him about a 4-yard gain on that. You're right. I thought the D end did a good job. I'd like to see that D end if he could crash a little quicker, a little harder, make that quarterback make his decision sooner. Out to the flat, underthrew him again. Number 5's got to get back to the huddle and say, "Hey man, you've thrown to me 3 times. Not once has it been above my ankles."
Yeah, they've all been pretty poor passes out there because he's rushing it. He doesn't really need to rush it that quick. Get your feet set and your body set and make a good hard throw.
That's a very good point because he's good enough to make a good pass to him. He can still throw a bullet. But you're right. He's acting like he's under duress, and he's not. Good point. 3rd and 5. They go trips wide to the left. Single split to the right. Single back. Shotgun formation. 3rd and 6. Play action pass. He's going deep down the left sideline. Overthrows his intended target. Trey Luring, number 3, the 5'9" guy we talked about earlier, the junior. That brings up 4th and long. Now, it's 4th down.
Stellmacher beat on that.
Yeah, he did. It was just an overthrow. And, that's an interesting comment, Howard, because when's the last time you said that? Stellmacher was beat.
Doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't.
So it brings up 4th and 6 for the Chargers.
Ball placed at the 31-yard line of Ripon. They're up 14-0. We are in the second quarter with less than 2 minutes remaining. Big opportunity. I really think that Ripon really needs to hold them here if they want to have a chance to come back and make this a game. Play action pass now. Flip reversed over around right into the right side. He's got the 1st down, looking for more. Eventually gets tackled out of bounds. We got a flag on the play as well. Let's see what that's all about.
Yeah, the flag is out right around the 19-yard line. Right
where the hit was made. So we'll have to see. But whatever it was a definitive flag, right? So in the eyes of the referee, whatever happened, he's sure he saw it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. Penalty.
Yeah, it was
in his eyes.
It was thrown right on the tackle. Makes you think it's the defense, but we'll see.
Horse collar. I bet you.
Yeah.
Yep, horse collar tackle.
That's too bad. But that's an elusive running back, too. What a great call, great execution by the visitors. Just when you have Ripon thinking quarterback and maybe a quick throw out to the flat to number 5, and then you come back, misdirection, quick flip on an end around, I should say. So they move the chains, and it's gone from not real good to, boy, they go down by 3 scores in the first half. It's going to be tough for this team, the Tigers, to get back into it. Ball spotted at the 9, 1st and goal. Quarterback keeper off the right end, makes the first man miss, makes the second man miss, and tiptoes right into the end zone. He's something else, I'll tell you. He's got the right athlete, that head coach, to run that offense, doesn't he?
Freeman does an excellent job. He reads the defense as well. And Like I say, he went in there basically untouched.
And he's got great feet. He makes great, quick decisions on that triple option, and then he explodes on that keeper. He tucks and squares up, and he has just been nothing but a one-man wrecking crew against this Ripon defense tonight. 20-0, trying to make it 21. We'll see here off the foot of Matt Thistle, the 5'11 juniors, the kicker. And it looks like it's going to be good.
Yep.
I don't say definitively anymore about whether kicks are good, Howard. I did that for how many years? I swear
It's tough.
I swear to goodness, nope, that's no good. And then they raise their arms. So I just kind of wait for the referee's sign.
And that's the smart thing to do. 21-0, as Marty said. Chargers leading the Tigers with 1:21 left on your Title House scoreboard. And we're just about at halftime.
Yeah. Hey, next time you're heading out for breakfast or lunch, visit Mr. and Mrs. P's Eatery. Their menu includes many different scratch-made, professionally prepared entrees and your meal with a delectable dessert from their in-house bakery. Open Wednesday through Sunday, Mr. and Mrs. P's, Fond du Lac Street in Ripon. I can attest to 2 of those delectable desserts my wife brought home 2 Fridays ago. So,
sounded like they were pretty good from your description.
The one was death by chocolate.
Which is a false statement there because you're here.
Well, am I? Yes.
So there was no death by chocolate.
No. It was critical. There was a critical injury there, though. It was, I was on life support, code blue for a bit. That was awesome. Let me tell you.
Had to have a good tall glass of cold milk to go with it.
Yeah, I'm normally not a chocoholic, but that got me. Here we go. A kick to the 15-yard line brought in by I didn't get the number. He's dragged down just inside the 30. Pretty good return by the Tigers.
That should be Stellmacher over on that far side.
I thought so, looking at the stature, but then I didn't think that was his number.
That's who it was, number 21.
There you go.
So it'll be 1st and 10 ball on the 20 for the Tigers. 1:16 to go.
And you got time, and what, at least 2 timeouts?
2 timeouts on the board for the Tigers.
70 yards, can they do it? I don't know. They've only gotten 1 first down so far in the first half of this contest. This is probably about their 6th offensive possession, I'm guessing. But give or take, tight formation, except for split out wide to the left on the short side of the field. Stellmacher in motion. Fake the handoff, gives it on the counter to Olsen. There's some explosion we haven't seen for number 3 yet this season.
And he turned around and a nice job on the counter there. We haven't seen that as Olsen gets up a little slow.
Hey, he got smacked. He tried to do a cutback, and somebody met him out there in the open field. And in fact, he's taken himself out. He's shaken up. But what a nice counter that was up the middle. Ripon showing a little trickery there of that counter play. What's interesting, Howard, is they haven't really established the run that you would think they would run that counter with success. Great job. 1st and 10 by the Tigers. Quick pitch to the right, to the motion man. Hang on to that ball. Going to get a couple yards out of that play. We'll call it 2.
And that was Huber out there.
It's just, everything wide just seems like it's slow motion. And for the Ripon Tigers, and it seems a lot faster on the defensive side of things, flowing to the ball. And maybe they can use that to their advantage, they being Ripon, in terms of that over-aggressive pursuit by the defense. Maybe they can come up with a play that'll make them pay the price for that as we get a timeout called by head coach Mark Bradley.
And with 11 seconds to go here in the first half, KML leading 21-0 over the Tigers on your Heidel House scoreboard. Ripon Area School District continues to offer the very best educational options to all students. Ripon Tigers are building their future in a high-achieving and academic atmosphere supported by a dedicated professional staff who are passionate about education and striving for excellence. Come experience what happens when excellence meets innovation.
Yeah, I'll tell you, as we read these ads, folks, and we got great sponsors, let me tell you, as if it seems like we're a little more hesitant as we read as evening goes, that's because we get more shadows here in the press box. We don't have our lights on. And we can read. We really are good readers. I guarantee it. We just can't
difficult.
see.
Yeah, there you go.
Other than that, it's a really easy thing to do. So with that in mind, 2nd and long after that 2-yard gain on the quick pitch to the right by the Tigers. See if they can keep the chains moving. We're running out of time here in the first half. Play action pass, fake handoff, looks to the right, and he floats it out of bounds. And it's picked off 6 yards out of bounds. It'll stop the clock. Brings up 3rd and 8 by Ripon with exactly 5 seconds remaining. Last play of the first half for Ripon about to take place. So Olson's back in. That's good news, right?
Yeah, he came off with a stinger. I saw him shaking his arm and grabbing his collarbone area, so that's usually where you get it. And the way he got hit, that's what I was hoping it was going to be, just a stinger.
He tried to put the brakes on and make a cut back to his right, and just as he made that cut, he got smacked as he exploded up the middle on that great executed play for Ripon for that first down. There's that counter again up the middle, this time to Stellmacher. That was the one Olson got on the double reverse up the middle. Marginal gain, that'll end the first half. So with the score being from the visitors 21-0, Kettle Moraine Lutheran leading Ripon here in Ripon at Ingalls Field.
Good evening and welcome to the Ripon Tiger Coaches Show, brought to you by the Ripon Channel, WRPN AM 1600, 93.1 The Wave. I'm Howard Hansen, joined tonight by Coach Mark Bradley, the head football coach, and Gannon Stellmacher he's brought along. And Coach, we're going to bypass you to start with, and we're going to go right to Gannon, and don't get to talk to the players too much.
Yeah,
so,
no, that's fine.
Gannon, welcome, and just wanted to see how you're doing this year. It's been a physical year so far for the Tigers, and you being a running back, you've taken your amount of blows and bumps and bruises. And how are you doing?
Doing pretty good. I feel like me as a player, I'm doing my part and just gotta hit the holes harder and keep running.
Hit the holes when they materialize very quickly, and that's one of the problems. It's been got a very young O-line this year, except for one returning starter, and it's kind of tough to hit those holes when they're having problems filling. Especially, we've gone up against teams that have some really big bodies, and unable to get those. What goes through your mind when you're supposed to hit a certain hole and something's not there? Do you try to stretch it out? Do you think of rotating back? You don't think, you just react? What do you do?
Basically just either try bouncing it outside or cutting back in or just going through.
On the defensive side, you've had an opportunity to play over there. Which do you like better, offense or defense?
Right now, defense. I'm doing pretty good on defense. So
that you are?
Yeah.
Is it something that you've always enjoyed?
Yeah, wrestling got me prepared for football, so I feel like I'm a good tackler, so.
Well, you have a gift of speed, which really helps in that secondary. We've seen a lot of that this year. Mark, turn around, and last week was a tough one. Always is with Berlin. They were very aggressive. Weren't able to get the holes that we would have liked to, and you could see there were some spurts of excitement, and then we'd be shut down. What did your team bring away from that game last week?
Just that, like when we do what we need to do, the holes are there, the guys make the plays. Just being consistent and keeping that same thing going all the way through the drive. We had a couple nice plays, couple nice drives, and then we just kind of hurt ourselves and by either not getting the right guys, jumping off sides, or different things like that. And so, and like you said, we're returning one offensive lineman, so these guys are just trying to figure things out. And it's different going against scout team because it's not the other team's scheme. And so we're, going in there as best we can with the guys we have. And, they're trying their hardest and they're working hard. But offensive line is a very detailed and specific thing, and it's really important on both sides of the ball. And so when we're not consistent on the line, then it's hard for the running backs to get consistent on where they're running or what hole they need to go, and where this play is supposed to be here, but it isn't, so I bounce it outside. And then the next time they think, well, I'm probably going to have to go outside, but then the hole's there. And so it's just tough on everybody, to try to figure this all out and stuff. So, we're just still trying to keep that consistency and keep that going with our offense and that.
And it's a lot with chemistry too.
Mm-hmm.
Who you're lined up next to and how you work on feed off of each other. That's a big thing. And when you say we only have one starter from a year ago coming back, it takes time to get that chemistry down. So, Kettle Moraine Lutheran Chargers coming into Ripon this Friday, and they're a very aggressive team. They've always been that way.
Mm-hmm.
They only have one win. What do you know about them so far this year?
They've had some tough losses. They've had a one point loss to Watertown Luther Prep that we played early, and then they lost last week to overtime to Kewaskum. But Kettle Moraine is going to be aggressive. They're fast. They read very well defensively. They mix it up on offense, inside, outside, option, fake play action. So they really, have a balanced attack on offense and stuff. And so we have to make sure that, we're consistent in what we do and doing our job, offensively and defensively, to be able to get some holes on offense and then to stop them on defense. So
Gannon sitting there shaking his head up and down. Yeah, you've been watching a lot of film on these
Yeah, I
guys
have been.
and kind of getting an idea of what you have to do.
Yeah, I think we have to play more as a team and rally to the ball, like not just some of us going and then we all have to make it there and fill the holes we need to, and I think we should do pretty good.
And that's the thing is, are you kind of scheming things offensively to work against their aggression, without giving anything away?
Yeah. We always have our counters or our, plays off of other plays and stuff. And, it's just being able to sustain a drive long enough where, if we go outside, then we can counter with it coming back. But it's hard when we can't sustain drives like that. And, and so we're just trying different things and continuing to try, different formations to try to mess them up and get our guys out and an advantage on our end. And so that's kind of what we're going to just continue to keep doing, is just trying to outflank them or out scheme them and stuff like that. So,
Well, you're talking about different formations. Last week in Berlin, you went with the overload
mm-hmm.
on inside, and we had a lot of the fans down in front of us, and they were chuckling because, one of them, what the heck is that, but those are the type of things you got to try to catch somebody off
Mm-hmm.
balance. And
Yep.
hopefully it works for you guys. And it did the first time
Mm-hmm.
when you ran it first couple plays in the game, and Berlin wasn't sure how to adjust on that. So hopefully
Mm-hmm.
you've got a few more of those in your bag of tricks that you can use against Kettle Moraine Lutheran. So
Yeah.
with that, we wish you guys the best of luck in the game, and we will turn around and see you again next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
MPB Builders in Ripon, national award winners in building construction, is now hiring. MPB Builders is currently seeking employees for general labor, mechanics, material estimators, draftsmen, and clerical work. If you're a subcontractor for metal roofing or post-frame construction, MPB has immediate work available. MPB Builders offers competitive wages and full benefits, part-time positions available for college students and semi-retired individuals. For more about what MPB has to offer, check out their website at mpbbuilders.com.
Back to Inglesfield where it's halftime. The Ripon Tigers trail the Chargers from Kettle Moraine Lutheran 21-0. And now with a little more information, here's Marty Ernzer.
I tell you, it's been a one-dimensional show. You take the quarterback, number 12, Jake Freeman, for the visitors, the Chargers of Kettle Moraine Lutheran, and he's run that triple option to perfection. And we've seen it, right, Howard? I mean, he runs that, ride that up back, let him have it, pull it out, and then when he options that defensive end for the Tigers, he doesn't know if he's coming or going. And he just cuts it up inside the what would be tackler, and he gets serious yardage, doesn't he?
He's been the story of this whole first half in this game because he's set up everything.
He really has. He's got great feet, great decision maker, and that's why they're up 21-0. Let's talk about other fall sports on the Ripon High School side of things. Boys soccer. Last Friday night, they beat Watoma 2-0. What's interesting about that contest is it was scoreless with just less than 2 minutes left in the first half, and within 31 seconds, 31, my favorite Packer, Jim Taylor, within 31 seconds, they score back-to-back goals, and that ended up, and that stood. That was the final score, 2-0 over Watoma. And then so the only loss they have in 6 games, not counting what happened last night because I don't have that score, was 1-0 over 2 Wrightstown last Saturday in non-conference action. So they are 4-1-1, and I don't know the other contest of last night. They're going to be at Winneconne. That was last night. And then at Clintonville, that is going on tonight. That was at 4:30. That game is probably over. So maybe next Friday we'll talk about hopefully good news there. Girls volleyball, they lost to Winneconne to start conference play earlier in the week. They're facing Plymouth this last night. Don't have that score. But this is what they did do. They went 3-2 at Marshfield last weekend. They've improved their overall record 8-5 with that Plymouth game with no score from last night. So a good start. We talked about girls tennis earlier this season for the Ripon Tigers. They did a great job. They came out of the gates really well with a huge win in particular at Kokana. Brother versus brother as head coaches. Isn't that something? And but then they ran into a perennial powerhouse. That's the Kohler Blue Bombers. I love that name, the Blue Bombers. And they got beat 6-1. Their only win was by that great, maybe the best female athlete overall at Ripon High School this season. Number 4 singles, Selena Lopez. She went 6-4, 6-2, and that was the only blemish against the Blue Bombers, against that perennial power of Kohler. And she's a very good basketball player as well, Selena Lopez. First time she's come out for tennis after 3 years of volleyball. And we know what she did in track and field. She went to state last year, did very well in the sprints and long jump. Cross country, what a shocker that was. Chris Gatsky was about as surprised as I was when his girls in an 8-team invite over at Oshkosh Valley Christian came away with first place, only 59 points. That's right, they had 5 of their female runners for Ripon High School finish in the top 10, and that was the key to success. Senior Lucy Bettine, she took 5th, followed by Hannah Yeomans, just by a few seconds, another senior. Leah Page, a 9th, she took 9th, and then Libby Gatsky took 10th, and that's all they needed to do to come away with first place in that 8-team invite. And then in boys, they did the inverse. They didn't do that well, but Dayton Baird took 11th, so he finished out of the top 10 by just 1 for the boys team. So that's a project that's basically just kind of coming along and working really hard. So that's what's going on for Ripon High School sports outside of the football realm. We just talked about what's going on at halftime here. We're just moments away from kickoff, and in fact, we got it right now. Ripon trailing 21-0. They're going to start with the ball on offense on a pretty good kick, all the way down to about the 15-yard line. And it goes off the left side to Gannon Stelmacher. He tries to cut it back the other way, not working out in his favor.
They'll mark them up to the 26, and that's where the Tigers will start 1st and 10.
Well, Coach Bradley and his coaching staff, and remember, he's got quite a few new coaches this year, and we're going to find out what they talked about, what they're going to try to do to move the chains, get some first downs.
Yeah, only 1 first down in the first half, only 35 yards in total offense for the Tigers.
And that first down came towards the end of the first half on back-to-back runs up the middle by the beast, Cameron Hahn. Let's see what they do on 1st and 10. Snap. Struble gives it to the up back. Got a few yards out of the deal. Fighting hard, more than a few. Good job. Refuse to go down. Let's find out who gets up from that pile.
It'd be the Beast.
Beast the burden. Riley Eisnagel is saying Da Beast. But that's probably some of his Chicago Bear influence coming out of him.
When I hear the word the Beast, I think right away of the movie The Sandlot. Hercules, the dog in there, was called the Beast.
The Beast. Yeah, absolutely. I know what you're talking about. We got Twins, different formation. Here we go. Start second half.
Got a whistle.
We got Olsen as by himself to the short side of the field, split wide. Then we got Twins to the wide side of the field. It appears to be Hop, and I can't see the number of the other.
I would assume Stellmacher.
I am too, and it is. And he goes off to the left
Hahn.
side. Look at him. Look at him break. So what they did, they spread everything out, gave him a different look. Everyone's thinking pass except who? The quarterback and Cameron Hahn, huh? By far the best play for the offense tonight, and one of the best plays in probably the last two games.
All you got to do is get one slip past the lineman there on a good block, and that's what happened with Hahn as he ran all the way out to the 41 of the Chargers.
Howard, that locomotive, when he gets untracked, you got a crown of a helmet, high knees, and he's thick and pretty darn fast for a guy of his stature. 1st and 10 into bad guy territory. Call it the 41-yard line of the Chargers. Ripon on 1st down. Comes across, but I'll tell you, that whole play got blown up by the left interior tackle, 63 for the Chargers. He came across, and that play was designed to go up to the right outside edge, and he blew the whole play up. Call it a 1-yard loss. 2nd and 11. Struble, tonight's starting quarterback, gets instructions from head coach Mark Bradley.
Yeah, what do you call after something like that? I mean, they just blew it right up. And
yeah, that left tackle, 63. He's having some fun on that play.
He just stepped across the line and said, come on, I'm here.
Low man wins. 5-man front again, 53 with 2 safety. Cover 2, as they say. Stellmacher over to the left-hand side. Play action pass. Struble runs out the back side of the right side, keeps it. They got Jersey, but he keeps going. 2 players ran into one another. Struble got out of the way, and the safety and the outside linebacker, I think, hit each other. Wow, what a collision and what a run by the quarterback.
Well, he had big Cameron Hahn out there blocking for him, too. And Coach Bradley was screaming at the official. He wanted a horse collar on that. It was right in front of him, I agree with it.
Well, he had jersey. I didn't see the collar. I saw a handful of jersey the whole way. But the point is, I've never seen one player run a wedge by himself, and that was Cameron Hahn that you're talking about. Here's that same formation, only it's twins both sides, single back formation. Run up the middle. This time no trickery, but a good push for positive yards.
Yeah, give him about a half a yard on that. As the Chargers were waiting for that one. They saw that before.
Yeah, exactly. And not only did they see it, they chased it for about 35 yards or so.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 10. They're going to give him no gain on that.
Not to be confused with Rogaine, something I've been said I should try. That's another story, another time, another place. There's that same formation, twins left, twins right. Cameron Hahn in the backfield with the quarterback at shotgun. That's Struble. Quick out to Gannon Stellmacher. You couldn't get the block on, but what a move. Woo! Run, you crazy rabbit. What great footwork by probably the best athlete on the team, Gannon Stellmacher. And that we talked about that. Kettle Moraine Lutheran does that with number 5. Mm-hmm. He doesn't get the good passes, but they try to do the same thing. One-on-one in space.
I was watching to see if number 5 was going to come out with gloves on his feet this second half, because that's where the ball's been every time they've thrown to him.
I know you were going with that as soon as you said it.
So it'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Tigers.
Yeah, we'll never really find out just how quick number 5 is yet until he gets a ball right in his hands where it should be. 3rd and short, up the middle to the Beast. And looks like he might have it. Got knocked backwards, but forward progress might have it spotted close to a
It'll be at the 19.
Which would be good enough?
Yep.
They're moving the chains. Boy, they seem to have something going in their favor here with the changes they made with their offensive play calling and formations. see if they can continue with the success on the ground inside the 20. First time they've been there of the Chargers. Trailing 21-0 here early in the second half, 8:29 and ticking remaining in the third quarter. Ripon has their momentum right now, moving the ball. Stellmacher off the left side, cuts it back up, though.
Pick up 3 on that.
Better than losing 2, huh? Every time they've tried to give that a little development, and it's too much pursuit by the defense, and usually to the short side. I think Stellmacher, something you and I have talked about, was happy to see it get it to the wide side of the field.
First time tonight. So it'll be 2nd and 8.
So now they're going to line it up, split wide to the right. You got their traditional formation now. Cameron Hahn, the single back, and then with the split, Hahn up the middle off the A gap or the right side. Right tackle still going. Holy geez Louise.
That was the first time tonight that Cameron has exploded through the line.
Oh, and
otherwise he'd been going up and hitting the line and kind of feeling his way through.
And trying to, right. Yeah, you know, that absolutely. I think he put his head and shoulders and he got behind him and he just went. And look how low, what a low lean he exploded with as well. He's just 1 yard short of another first down. Got the ball down to the 10-yard line of Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Can Ripon finish the deal? 3rd and 1. Quarterback keeper on the shotgun. Struby went off the right-hand side, trusted that guard tackle, and they didn't disappoint him. 1st and goal, Ripon. 8-yard line?
Yep, and they turn around and the defensive line all collapsed on Hahn as he hit the line, and it took a linebacker to get Struble down as he went to the outside, like Marty said, and a very good call by Coach Bradley and great execution by the Tigers.
It becomes a simpler game when you have success on the ground, particularly with a particular running back. The counterpart to that, of course, would be the quarterback, Freeman, that you have to watch at all times for Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Well, right now, Cameron Hahn's doing the damage between the 20s, and this time the quarterback keeper gave him 1st and goal. Going out the back door and a fake handoff. Great coverage by number 5, because otherwise that's touchdown. What a great call. I mean, that was all momentum going to the right, and then it was a naked bootleg by the quarterback rolling out to the left for that pass to the flat in the end zone. Someone didn't get fooled. That someone is not Jordan Perkins. That'd be our guy. That's Mason Kneppel. Great job.
And that's a tough throw when you're running to your left and throwing back across your body like that to try to get something on it. So Struble did a nice job just to get it there and force it. So here we go, 2nd and goal for the Tigers. Ball is on the 8-yard line.
And fortunate it wasn't picked off, too, for that matter.
Now you look at giving it to the big guy up the middle again.
Let's see. They do, off the right side, and he's hungry. Look at him fight for that down just outside the 5-yard line. Or is that the goal?
That's the goal line.
That's the goal line.
Just short of the goal line.
The yellow
soccer
lines throw me for a loop here at this angle. Outstanding. 3rd, they got 2 chances to get less than a yard.
See how hungry he is? Give it to him again.
Well, you're not going to figure they're not going to throw the bomb, right? Quarterback keeper up the middle.
He's not going.
Stopped. Oh, he's going to roll.
Nope, he's going to be short.
Yeah, looks like no gain maybe on that second effort. He spun to the right.
Too much time on that. He allowed the play defensively to develop before he started going to the line. You got to hit that line hard and right away.
And you got to be a lot lower than that. But they were, give credit to that defense. They stood that offensive line straight up.
So it brings up 4th and 1. And 4th and goal with 1 yard to go. Tigers, the best opportunity and best drive they've had tonight.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if they were even had they been into Kettle Moraine territory maybe once tonight after a punt on a battle of field position. Here we go. Here's the big play. Up the beast.
He's in.
Oh.
That's a play where you got to tell your offensive line, guys, suck it up now. Hit who's ever over you and let's go forward. And they just did that, and they got the touchdown.
I'll tell you what. I think Cameron Hahn would have scored over Ray Nitschke on that play. God bless you, Ray. You're my man. I love you and your horn-rimmed glasses. But Cameron Hahn, something got into him in this drive tonight to start the second half, didn't it?
Now he gets to kick it.
Wow. Well, the way I think he's so jacked up. Now, by the way, Olsen, I think, was as excited as he was on the score. Watch Cameron Hahn to maybe put a hole in the ball. Look at that.
And it'll be good.
Beautiful kick. I think Ripon feels really good about themselves, and deservedly so. What a great drive to start the second half by the Ripon Tigers.
Exactly, and that's just what they needed. Are you looking for a new career? The Smuckers facility in Ripon needs you as a part of their team. Starting wages is over $20 per hour, full benefits effective day one, and a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Apply online at www.smuckerscareers.com. Celebrating 125 years of community banking, committed to provide excellent customer service in support of local businesses, community, and individual financial growth. Horicon Bank, the natural choice, member FDIC. Make the long drive this season with confidence all year long. Get ready for your next road trip with Goodyear Tires from Cliffs Tire and Battery, West Fond du Lac Street, Ripon.
Hey, drive your favorite teams to the game with Lamers Bus Lines. Lamers is now hiring school bus drivers. Great pay, flexible schedules, complete driver training, and bonus up to 1,500 smackers, folks. Apply in person at golamers.com/careers. That's Lamers Bus.
Now Cameron Hahn will get the kickoff again after running the ball and kicking the ball. And
I think the adrenaline still is going. Let's see if he can kick a field goal from the 40 on the kickoff, right?
That would be a shot and a half.
Yeah.
If you drop kick it, you get 3 points.
Let's see what the impact is on the kickoff coverage team. Get down there with some enthusiasm. Pretty good kick, hauled in at the 15-yard line. That's number 5, the good athlete. What some shake and bake and good running by him out beyond their own 40. Call it to about the 43-yard line. What a nice job by Mason Kneppel. He was the one that defended that pass on the flat earlier. Was that number 5? Yeah, he's getting up. He's walking off.
Max Huber, the younger brother there, had an opportunity back at the 40, and instead of continuing into him, kind of slowed down to see what he was going to do as he was running the ball. You have to initiate it on that situation.
That's the way I putt, too, by the way. Do I play the break or go at it?
and
I go at it, and my 3-foot putt is now 10 feet beyond the hole. Here we go. 1st and 10 on the 43. Can they answer what Ripon just did? There's the quarterback, Freeman, fakes the handoff. Now he pitches, and he's wide open down the sidelines. It's a foot race, 21. Trying to catch him. It's going to be number 3, Olsen, catches him, but not before he gets damaged all the way inside. Call it the 10-yard line. I thought he was inside the 10. It'll be spotted at the 10, and what a play, what a response by this Charger team after Ripon methodically went down and scored their first touchdown of the evening.
Well, Freeman waited to the last minute second before he was hit to kick that outside. And
man,
we've talked praises about that young man tonight, and he deserves every one of them.
Yes, he does. He knows how to run that offense. He runs it to perfection, and he's a heck of an athlete. And that pitch man's real happy, too. There he is. This time he gives it to the up back. Big pile moving. Got positive yards. Going to spot it around just inside the 7 maybe.
Mm-hmm. Good spot there for the Chargers.
Ripon defense, can you really kind of play off of what you just happened with your offense and try to make this, make it, your goal right now is to make it a 4th down situation.
Yeah, that would be
the goal.
Stellar for the defense.
Yeah, bring it down to a 4th and goal and take your chances. First things first. On 2nd down, straight drop back pass to the out pattern. He's open. Does he have it? He does. That's Stearns, number 25. And it's going to make it a 27-point game.
Correct.
I'm saying that without looking at the board. 27-7. And once again, you're successful on the ground, and when you can do a pitch and catch like that, why not?
And that was just a great out pattern. He drove the defender in and then just took it where no man was.
What a talk about a kick in the teeth here. Ripon, after that great offensive drive to start the second half, to climb back into the game in just 3 plays, was it? 4 plays. They're down there and came away with 6. It was all set up on that triple option you talked about where Freeman, the quarterback for Kettle Moraine Lutheran, did such a great job of, like you said, optioning that defensive end, that outside linebacker that came up, literally had him wrapped up as he's making that pitch. And because of that, there was nobody on the flat to the pitch man. All he had to do was get on his giddy up and head down those sidelines, and Olsen saved the touchdown at the 10-yard line.
So it's 28-7. Chargers leading the Tigers on your Heidel House scoreboard with 3:53 to go here in the third quarter.
One thing we haven't seen, Howard, we haven't really seen a big play on special teams by Ripon.
No.
Maybe this would be the time, huh?
Yeah, nice run back.
Mm-hmm.
They could use it if they can get down inside, the Chargers' territory. Get a little bit of that spark and momentum going again.
But kudos to the coach for Kettle Moraine Lutheran and his offense, David Kren, the way he has the troops that can run that offense. It's old school. You mentioned it. It's something we used to see. We used to play.
Back in the 70s.
And they'd run it out of different formations, wishbone, power eye, but it's still the same concept. That thing's spinning like a top, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 15. So Ripon, hey, they didn't get a chance to do something big, but they get the ball spotted at their own 35.
That is big. To be able to start at the 35, you'll take that any day.
Yep, I agree. Especially when the offense has been struggling this season. Remember, they only had one returning vet in the offensive line, so you had 4 new starters. And this is a team that does not have a lot of upperclassmen, and it's small in numbers as well, Ripon is. So a lot of, we talk about, we call out sophomore names making plays at the varsity level for Ripon.
And that's the norm nowadays with a lot of schools because of the low numbers out there.
Yeah. And you get to the bigger cities, bigger numbers, and you got squads that dress up 80 kids. Little shake and bake off that right-hand side on the handoff to Cameron Hahn. He doesn't go down gracefully or easily, does he?
No.
It's
like tackling a pickup truck.
Oh, my goodness, yeah, with posi traction.
He'll pick up 3 on that. What else is happening action-wise in the conference tonight? Who's playing who?
That's a good question. Buy me time, tell a one-liner, because I got to take my spiral notebook. Got to take the spiral notebook, and I got to find it. Ripon, they're here right now, right? Well, here's the other games. As of the 10th, that's tonight. Waupun is 2-1. They're at Sheboygan Falls, who also is 2-1. Port Washington traveled over to Berlin. They're 2-1, but their only loss was to a powerhouse Cedarburg, and they're taking on Berlin at Berlin, who's 3-0. We got movement, no flag, quick pitch. It's a fumble. Ripon falls on it, but it's going to be about a four-yard loss.
Should have been a encroachment call on that, and nothing.
Yeah, so you have a very capable Port Washington Pirates team at 2-1, taking on an undefeated Berlin team there in Indian Territory at Berlin. We know how unhospitable they were to us a week ago, Berlin. And then here's the matchup. Kewaskum at 3-0, who beat this very Kettle Moraine Lutheran team last week in overtime, is on the road at Plymouth, who was also 3-0. Interestingly enough, both these teams, Plymouth and Kewaskum, average 33 points a game on offense. Kewaskum gives up 20. Here's the big change. Only one touchdown has been yielded by the Panthers of Plymouth this year. So that's probably the key matchup there, that why Plymouth at home should come up the victor tonight. Over the middle, a little thrown behind him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And that was one of those, you see it kind of floating, you got to go get it. You can't just wait for it to come all the way to you.
Yeah, well, his momentum, unfortunately, on that in pattern was taking him away from that ball. Fortunate that it wasn't picked off, because he reached back with that left hand and tried to pull it in. Brings up a 4th down just like that. But remember, the problem was that fumbled pitch.
You were talking about Plymouth and that with only giving up 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you feed your guys nothing but Johnsonville brats and Sheboygan hard rolls.
Oh, my goodness. I have that date circled, Howard. Under pressure, he gets a good end-over-end kick. He thought about picking it up, and Stearns said, I don't want to explain to my coach what I was thinking when Ripon recovers it. So it's inside the 20 on a wonderful execution of the punt team by Ripon, and they've done that well tonight, I might add. Olsen's done a heck of a job under duress all night, it seems, on that punting team. Great result. Can the defense, though, do their job, keep them bottled up and try to get the ball back for the offense? That'll be the challenge for them. So that's the big matchup in the conference. 3-0 Kewaskum at Plymouth, 3-0. What's sort of interesting, the 3 wins by Plymouth have been over Sheboygan South, Sheboygan North, and Sheboygan Falls. And you're talking about Sheboygan Hard Rolls. So,
right.
I mean, it's a Sheboygan thing. Off the right-hand side, well, cuts it back up the middle. And did he cut it back up for a first down? About a 12-yard gain.
Yeah, just turn around and
you
ran hard.
I mean, just when you're trying to figure out, can we contain the quarterback, Freeman, he hands it off finally to somebody else. And that somebody else is Brandon Kebalowski, number 21, the 5'7", 160-pound plus senior. Brings up the 1st and 10 after that successful run. Hands it off to the right-hand side. This time he gets another running back involved. That's number 30, Ben Zilger. We've called his name out in the first half. 170-pounder, another senior.
Yeah, a new quarterback in there for Kettle Moraine Lutheran, number 15, Landon Hagenau.
Hagenau, yep.
He is in there at quarterback.
Interesting, because when I was reading about that overtime game, it was interesting in that it was Matt Thistle, the junior. He had thrown the pass that made the difference in that, well, at one point, looked like it was going to make the difference in the game, and they came up short in overtime. So I guess they're loaded with some athletes, huh? Numerically, not a big squad, probably comparative to Ripon, huh? They just have more upperclassmen, it seems.
And they seem to have a little more body size, too. Good to see just a cramp there for number 30 as he gets up and walks that off.
Good point.
Beautiful night here at Ingalls Field for football. Got that little bit of a coolness as the temperature is dropping. Going to be great sleeping weather with the windows open.
Boy, isn't it, though? I just ran into some hay fever kind of thing this year. They call it about ragweed and whatever tree mold means, I was told. And it just took me off my feet there for a while. I'm becoming a sort of Claritin sort of private
junkie?
label. Yeah, exactly. Yes. Going through withdrawal at times, but it helps. But I can still feel that I'm a little
congested there.
Yeah. Here we go, folks. 2nd and short. Opportunity for the Ripon defense. Looks like they're showing blitz up inside the tackles. They wanted to, but they didn't. He's going to be close for a first. They're saying they fumbled, but we'll see. Bach.
Bach was on it.
Bach was given the sign, 53. Yep. So they got sloppy with the ball. Ripon takes advantage. They're going to have the ball in a short field. They're going to have the ball on the 40-yard line where it was recovered by Ripon.
Well, Struble is the one who came up with that ball for the Tigers.
Attaboy. He's the one that defended that play over the middle back in the second quarter. Did a great job. He was right on the hip of the intended receiver. So the junior that started at quarterback on his first start tonight is showing some good instincts on the other side of the ball, the defensive side of things tonight. Gets the play from Coach Bradley. The big center comes out for Ripon. That's 77, Jose Sanchez, the senior. Hop comes over to the other side on the wing. Makes them readjust accordingly. It's going to be student body to the right. Keeper by Struble, and it's going to be a no gainer at best.
And he was about a yard.
And he was hit hard. Give credit to 22 Marcus Martin on that big kiss on Struble. Call it about like you said, about a 1 yard loss, huh?
They just did a nice job of stringing that out and forcing the Tigers to eat it.
How many times have we said that tonight?
Well,
their success has been north-south with the beast, Cameron Hahn. Anything pretty much wide has been negated. I think we saw one Stelmacher run where he was able to do that. But actually, that was a pass on the flat. He went one-on-one. Handoff up the middle. Speaking to Cameron Hahn, he's a beast. No one's going to bring him down single-handedly. Smart move by 18, huh? Taking him low.
Yeah, go down, sacrifice your body, and hope you got some other white jerseys behind you to help out.
Yeah, that's what Jacob Buck did. That's about a 4 yard gain by Hahn. He got back the original lost yard plus 3 more. Brings up 3rd in about 7. They have spotting the ball at the 37 of Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Ripon could make the game interesting. Could they come away with points on this drive?
And that's where the third quarter is going to come to an end, with Kettle Moraine Lutheran leading the Ripon Tigers 28-7. We'll be back in 1 minute with the fourth quarter from Ingalls Field.
Guess we'll have to do some ads, eh, buddy?
Yeah.
Rural Mutual Insurance, keeping Wisconsin strong.
With a full line of insurance products exclusively designed for Wisconsin, call Victor at Victor Magnus Agency. With Rural Mutual Insurance, Victor will help get your personal, business, farm, and life insurance needs in order. For a free quote, visit victormagnus.com. That's Victor, MAGNUS.com.
Welcome back to Ingalls Field as we get ready to start the fourth quarter here. 28-7, KML leading Ripon.
So the big question is, they come up with a big turnover, the fumble that Struble fell on at the 40, I think, and now they're trying to move that ball, and it brings up 3rd and long. I think 2 down territory, trailing the way that you are, given the beginning of the fourth quarter, Howard.
Definitely.
So, but first things first, see if they can get it here. We got twins to the left, twins to the right, single back. That's Cameron Hahn, straight drop back pass over the middle. It's tipped, close to being intercepted by number 80 for Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Had to put his brakes on, never quite got to it. That's Zilger. Isaiah stops the clock.
That was a good formation for the Tigers because it forced KML to pack the box, which left the receivers basically one-on-one with the floater of the safety out there.
Well, and the other thing, too, in that formation, what have they done also? They've run Cameron Hahn up the middle. Now they don't have the luxury of an early down situation. It's 4th and long. But when they did the twins both sides, then they kind of spread that defense, and Cameron Hahn was able to kind of create some of his own holes. This is a passing down. Let's see what they do. Same formation, twins left, twins right. They're blitzing off the edge. Time to pass. Went over the middle, was short on number 18.
Yeah.
Olsen was wide open down the left.
You saw that too, huh?
Yeah, Struble was I think he predetermined, don't you think, in his mind? He made up his mind where he was going to go.
He was going for Huber right away.
Because Olsen, maybe arguably certainly one of the fastest guys, was free on a fly pattern down the left side.
And there really wasn't a lot of pressure. It was just more, like you said, a predetermined, this is who I'm going to.
And in fact, he wasn't under any pressure. Okay, 1st and 10. That nullified the turnover and trying to get points out of it for the Tigers. Twins to the right, speaking of which, gives it to the up back, and he gets nothing. Great job. Low man won that for the Tigers. He's getting help up off the turf. That's Cameron Hahn, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 34 blew that play up. Did he ever? He took him at the legs, and that running back went down like a brick wall.
Pickup of 3 yards on that.
Hahn is stretching his legs, making sure everything's where it's supposed to be. 2nd and 8. Shotgun formation all night. Wide to the right. Gives it to the up back. He explodes for positive yards. That pile is moving. Boy, are they pushing, giving him a lot of assistance, aren't they, that O-line?
You know, they're just exploding off that ball and catching the Tigers back on their heels.
Yeah.
So with that, they get a first down up close to midfield.
Butsine Marchant serving local families with grace and compassion since 1896. We're looking at 1st and 10, like you said, coming off of that first down run. That's too tight with a single tight, to the left. He gives it off to the left tight end side, and he's going to get about 3 yards on that. Hillside Dental Associates in Ripon has been offering a complete range of premium dental care for over 35 years, including preventative hygiene, cosmetic, and restorative procedures, along with Invisalign and sedation dentistry. That's Hillside Dental.
Fortified Bank is growing Wisconsin. One person, one business, one relationship at a time. Visit fortifiedbank.com to see how banking locally is a win for you and our community. Member FDIC.
Here we are, second and about 7.5 yards. Goes off the left side, hands it to that back. And look at him break through. Touchdown saving tackle from behind by who else? Mr. Do-It-All, Gannon Stellmacher.
Just a phenomenal tackle out there to save a touchdown.
Yeah. Hometown Radio is your local source of news, weather, and sports. Tune in and team up every morning with Bob Nelson to find out what is happening in your area. That's Hometown Radio.
They crank it up, come to the line right away.
What an explosion that was off the left side, huh? Ripon playing it straight up. Still falls forward for good yardage, about a maybe 3 to 4 yard gain.
Mm-hmm. Gets across the 30 or inside the 30 there. Fusion Heating and Cooling, the area's newest family-oriented Trane dealer, offers service on all manufacturers' brands and specializes in providing solutions for all your home comfort needs. Getting the job professionally done and on time. Fusion Heating and Cooling, Ripon.
Second and about a long 6. They're well under control. Kettle Moraine Lutheran leading 28-7, 9 minutes and change. Clock ticking. Fake playoff or play action pass. He goes to number 5, who catches it on a beautiful concentration. What great concentration by number 5, because the coverage was not bad at all. That was just, when you're running so effectively, what an athlete Freeman is. Or that's not even.
No, that was number 15,
that's
the quarterback.
15. What a ball he throws, huh?
Yeah, it was right on where it had to be, and the only one that was going to catch it was that receiver as he went up high to bring it down.
Yeah, Landon Hagenow, what a great pass. The kid's just a sophomore, 155-pounder, and he throws a good ball. Wow. When you're that effective on the ground and you're a good quarterback, that's what happens.
That one just barely gets across and makes it 35-7. Kettle Moraine leading the Tigers on your Heidel House scoreboard with 9:07 to go.
Ripon came out, started that second half with a great, maybe their best offensive drive of the season, made it, got the touchdown, and then that was it. They ran out of gas.
Webster's Marketplace in Ripon is your proud partner with Hometown Broadcasting and support Ripon Tiger athletes. Thank you for shopping Webster's Marketplace, your locally owned and operated grocery store since 1987, Highway 23 West in Ripon.
We believe a company, like a family, is made stronger when differences are embraced and not condemned. Check out walsworthcom.com/careers for hiring opportunities. Proud to support Ripon High School.
For truly delicious lunch or evening dinner plan, visit Pastimes Pub and Grill. Carol's homemade soups are always available, along with great variety of sandwiches, awesome burgers, and salads. Be sure to try their popular baby back ribs on Saturday nights. If you enjoy cooking, stop and apply at Pastimes Pub and Grill, downtown Ripon.
Let's go eat right now.
Actually, I had one of her wraps today.
That's a wrap. And here we go, 35-7, kicking off to the Ripon Tigers. There's the boot. A solid boot. Hang time and distance down to the 12-yard line. Reeled in by Gannon, the cannon, Stellmacher. And that's out to they're going to call a flag. And it's out to about the 22, 23-yard line where he was hit out of bounds. Riley Eisnagel, he's bequeathed Gannon Stellmacher, the cannon, Gannon. And I think it's a appropriate nickname. I like it.
Yep.
Gannon the Cannon. And it doesn't matter what side of the line of scrimmage he's on. He can perform on both sides.
Well, when Gannon turns around and runs the ball, there is no rumble, bumble, and stumbling. Yeah. It's straight ahead the best he can.
Yeah, and he does it. His best is pretty darn good. And special teams, like we just saw, he does it all.
You watch a game and look and see how many plays he is not out there for.
Yeah. You think he's got kind of like you, Howard, and me, kind of zero fat kind of thing?
I asked him how he was feeling the other night, and he said, pretty good except for the bruises.
Oh, no. When it goes from bad to worse, picked up and run by, I think,
There's the safety.
That's Stellmacher's younger brother, I think, that did a great job of picking it up and instinctively trying to get some positive yards out of it. But that snap was way too high over the head of the quarterback, and that was for Ripon 23. That's Parker Stellmacher, younger brother, the freshman, to Gannon the Cannon.
Yeah, he just had no chance on that, and KML will pick up 2 points and make it 37-7 with 8:51 to go here in the ball game on your Heidel House scoreboard.
Keith and Craig Kramer here tonight. They were calling me at halftime. They came. He's down from Prior Lake, Minnesota. His alma mater. They're seeing here their alma mater. His homecoming is 24th of
Yes.
coming up with the Waupun fighting for the Brown
Correct.
Jack.
Correct. And turn around and have my 45th class reunion
Really?
on that night. So.
Well, you don't look a day over 70, so
Well, I
I'm really
appreciate
surprised
that.
to hear that.
You know, a little Grecian formula that keeps that gray away. You know, next time you're heading out for breakfast or lunch, visit Mr. and Mrs. P's Eatery. Their menu includes many different scratch-made, professionally prepared entrees. End your meal with a delicious and delectable dessert from their in-house bakery. Open Wednesday through Sunday, Mr. and Mrs. P's, West Fond du Lac Street, Ripon.
Free kick Ripon. They normally do a punt, and this appears to be no different. You have the options,
Yep.
but they like to punt it. I don't know why, but they do. Everybody.
Well, you tend to get more hang time, which gives your team a chance to get down.
It's got to be weird, though, to be punting it like that with under no pressure. But it wasn't weird for him because it was a heck of a punt. Takes him all the way back to the 35-yard line. Olsen's effort was great through the air. Five is working his way right through the massive humanity. That's Mason Kneppel. He's had a heck of a night on both sides of the line of scrimmage as well. We got a little bit of a hobble there. A Ripon player coming off to the sideline. I think that's 18. I think he was hobbling earlier tonight in the first quarter.
He was. He got rolled on.
Yeah. So kind of reminds me of Kai Agamite, right? That same
Yep.
kind of lower
That's what
thing.
happened to him.
And then you get back in there and you want to play, and you do, and then you don't do yourself a favor necessarily.
You tend to make it worse than what it was. And
45-yard line with that run back because the punt was a really good punt by Olsen and the Tigers. So like you said, it's the sophomore quarterback for Kettle Moraine Lutheran, number 15, Landon Hagenow, who threw that touchdown pass. And we'll get timeout because you got a lot of guys, non-starters out there.
Yep, Chargers are turning around and looking at making some changes, as Marty said.
Yeah, Ripon Area School District mission is empowering learners, engaging community, and enhancing the world. Ripon, I have to read this on the light. Ripon students follow the early childhood programs, project-based charter schools, K-12 engineering courses, strong fine arts offerings, extracurricular offerings, and the Start College early program. My daughters took advantage of that. Great program. Come experience what happens when excellence meets innovation. That's Ripon Area School District.
Are you looking for a new career? Smucker's facility in Ripon needs you as part of their team. Starting wages is over $20 per hour, full benefits effective day one, and a $1,000 sign-on bonus. Apply at www.smuckerscareers.com. And here we go.
Ripon on defense after that free kick following the safety on that snap that went over the head of Ripon quarterback into the end zone. Running back right up the A-gap, right up the middle. Both hands and arms wrapped around that ball securely. Good fundamental football. Call it a 4-yard gain. Yep. Brings up 2nd and 6. Kettle Moraine Lutheran with 8.5 minutes remaining in this game. Has the game well under control, 37-7, and looking for more.
And they have their second team in offensively.
Yeah, you see this. You see the smaller stature, the smaller size, but certainly seems quite capable from what we saw in the last possession. There's a great play. Defensive man was not fooled for Ripon, and boy, he is in the backyard. That was a hello, how you doing from 25 for the Tigers. That's Kyle Roby. Kyle had fun saying hi to him.
That's nice when you can go in untouched and hit somebody and hit them hard.
And maybe sometimes you're in touch because you just time that blitz just perfectly and you shoot that gap, and you're all by yourself. Thing is, he's a down lineman. Yeah. He's playing that left tackle position.
So you're saying somebody missed a block?
I don't know if they missed it or if he just came off that so well. Look at that quick release. What a throw. Deep, flat pattern. touchdown saving tackle by the Tiger. I'm not sure. I think that might be Olsen, but I'm not sure.
Yep. Well,
no.
Let me double check here.
Yeah, almost like a 8. I think it might be a number 8.
It is number 8 out there for the Tigers.
Dudzinski, another freshman. Declan.
Got a chance to save that touchdown.
What a great name. Irish.
Declan.
Declan Dudzinski. Last Declan I knew was a Irishman in a movie. Not a kind man. I like that tackle by Declan. I'll tell you that. He saved a touchdown. That's off the right-hand side. Nothing fancy. Why not? Run your base offense. I'm sure that's what the coach wants to see with his non-starters. Doing a good job. I couldn't get over the release on that pass, on that deep
Wasn't
out.
that
I mean, that was sweet. It was tight spiral. It had plenty on it, and it hit him right between the numbers. Nice snag for that matter.
That was good footwork.
And the freshman Dudzinski for the Tigers saved another touchdown as well. Six and a half minutes remaining in the game. Up the middle again. Oh, he's pancaked. Got a few yards, and then he was picked up quite unceremoniously and put on his back. Nice form tackle, whoever that was.
Number 52 out there on the tackle. That was Riley Nickel out there on the tackle for the Tigers.
Riley. That should be a film. That should be a training film. How to dump the guy with the ball. That was a great tackle. Off the left tackle hole. That's to number 24 for Kettle Moraine Lutheran. Ben Schrauri. Celebrating 125 years of community banking, committed to providing excellent customer service in support of local businesses, community, and individual financial growth. That's Horicon Bank, the natural choice, member FDIC.
Keep moving with confidence on your long drive ahead. Get ready for your next road trip with Goodyear tires from Cliffs Tire and Battery, West Fond du Lac Street, Ripon.
Coming out of the huddle now with 5 minutes, 40 seconds, and ticking down 37-7. They're going to go away with a victory here to get to 2-2 on the year. Kettle Moraine Lutheran is when they get back on that bus. And he's hit on the right edge. I want to say 84, but I'll have to wait and see. He got help from number 5.
84 out there.
The defensive left end. Nice job. Good wrap. You know, you talk about that, you know, hit and wrap.
Yep. That's the one thing that I have a pet peeve about the pro football is they'll come up, they won't wrap up, they'll just throw a shoulder into some guy. They don't realize these guys are bigger or just as big as you. You're not gonna lay them out.
You know, I have a theory about that, why they do that.
Okay.
It hurts more to wrap up with those arms.
Yeah.
You said Gannon the Cannon talks about the bruises.
Yeah, that's why.
You imagine those biceps and triceps for those defensive backs in the NFL as we get the fake handoff off the right-hand side, keeper by the quarterback, and he's in for 6. Wow, just when you think you've seen enough of Freeman running the show on offense, look at the other quarterback.
The backup comes in and does a phenomenal job.
And he's a sophomore, folks, so nice job there at the 4:45 mark. And they're just putting it to him right now, 43-7.
Well, give your credit to that offensive line. They're the ones that have been doing it all night for that team there. So
they fire off the line, but all the skilled players, the passing, fundamentally, you take away that one fumble, and they've played really a nice, solid game. That's a much better looking kick than the last one for a point after.
Makes it 45-7 KML with the lead with 4:45 to go here on your Heidel House scoreboard.
Drive your favorite teams to the game with Lamers Bus Lines. Lamers is now hiring school bus drivers. Great pay, flexible schedules, complete driver training, and bonus up to $1,500. Apply in person or at golamers.com/careers. Lamers Bus.
Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement deserves more attention, Edward Jones can help. Stop by and see your local Edward Jones financial advisor, Greg DeGalovich, at 121 Watson Street, or Shad Horton at 1098 West Fond du Lac Street in Ripon. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Hillside Dental Associates in Ripon has been offering a complete range of premium dental care for over 35 years, including preventative hygiene, cosmetic, and restorative procedures, along with Invisalign and sedation dentistry. Hillside Dental in Ripon.
Butsine Merchant, serving local families with grace and compassion since 1896.
Wow.
A long time there.
Yeah, it is. There's the kickoff by Kettle Moraine Lutheran. It goes all the way down to about just inside the 10-yard line. It's going to be brought out over the left side. A little shake and bake to the left, but he didn't fool the kick coverage team. And he gets it out, though, to about the 25-yard line. They're going to spot it. That was brought in, and he gets up with a little bit of a gimp. That's number 10 for the Tigers.
That's Struble.
Yep, and you don't want to see your quarterback with a gimpy leg there, the left one.
Well, we've got a new quarterback out there for the Tigers. We'll get that number in just a minute.
I would think it'd be Bradley, but we'll have to see here.
That's what it looks like.
Just a sophomore. They're going to go with a jet sweep, but there's nothing there. They're going to call the knee down.
Yep.
That's Gannon Stellmacher's freshman younger brother, number 23 for the Tigers. That's Parker Stellmacher.
A fortified bank is growing in Wisconsin. One person, one business, one relationship at a time. Visit fortified.com to see how local banking is a win for you and the community. Member FDIC.
They're going to line it up here after that loss. 2nd and 14. Rolls out to his left. Gets the first guy to miss, but then the pursuit cleaned up on the quarterback for the Tigers on that keeper off the left side. So with 3:18 remaining, 44-7, Ripon, 3rd and long, and they're on their own 22-yard line. So it's non-starters pretty much on both squads going at it toe-to-toe. Ripon did a good job of non-starters against Kiel with 2 offensive drives late in the game as we get a good run off to the right-hand side, then got tripped up right around the ankles. Got back that loss, Howard, huh? And about
Definitely.
3 more yards to it.
Hometown Radio is your local source for news, weather, and sports. Tune in and learn and team up with every morning with Bob Nelson to find out what's happening in your area.
Being 4th down, even though they're inside their own 30-yard line. It's 4th and about 8. Ripon going for it. And there's a blitz off the left edge. Has plenty of time to pass. Throws behind his intended receiver. We've said that about 3 times tonight. They just aren't on the same page when it comes to pitch and catch for the Tigers tonight. Have done very little damage through the air.
Had a wide open receiver and just couldn't hit him. Fusion Heating and Cooling, the area's newest family-oriented Trane dealer, offers service on all manufacturers' brands and specializes in providing solutions for all your home comfort needs. Getting the job done professionally and on time. Fusion Home Heating and Cooling, servicing the Ripon area.
Clock is ticking, of course, given that mercy rule. 1 minute, 40 seconds remaining. Takeover on downs. The ball located inside the 30-yard line of Ripon. That's their pro set. Split ends, both sides. Straight dive up the middle to 22. And he gets real good positive yards. And boy, did he secure that ball. That's another fundamental thing I've noticed with Kettle Moraine tonight. 22 being Marcus Martin. Talked about him earlier in the game.
Yep.
Broke a long one.
Definitely a great job there. And they're going to let some time go off the clock. So with that, Webster's Marketplace is proud to be your locally owned and operated grocery store since 1987. Featuring an in-store deli, bakery, floral shop, butcher, and smokehouse. Webster's is your full-service grocery store, Highway 23 West in Ripon.
Brings up 2nd and short. Quarterback rides that up back, number 24. He gets to about where he needed to be, I think, and then got shoved back really well. So let's see the forward progress. Gonna give him maybe less than a yard on that gain. Call it 3rd and about a yard and a half. Good job. Good run support there.
Yeah, they'll just let this run down and then turn around and take a snap. Quarterback comes in and talks to the back judge there.
15 seconds. I think this will be the last play. Probably a straight handoff again. He will not even do that. He'll just take the knee and end the game. Final score of this contest is going to be 44-7. Kettle Moraine Lutheran taking it out on Ripon after coming up on the short end of an overtime loss to Kewaskum last week. Now, this coming week, Howard, Ripon's going to travel to Port Washington. I think I'm driving that one.
That'll be a first time down there.
Yeah, taking on the Pirates, a good team. They're at Berlin tonight. Plymouth is at Kettle Moraine Lutheran, this team that just beat Ripon. Sheboygan Falls will travel to Kewaskum. That should be a good game. And then Berlin at Waupun. That'll all be next week. So hopefully they'll be joining us for another game of the Ripon Tiger football.
Definitely turn around and want to thank our executive producer, Riley Eisenagel, Chris Jones.
Cole Gregney.
Yeah, exactly. Casey Hansen down on the sideline. Marty Ernst, who did the play-by-play. I'm Howard Hansen. Wish we had better news for you tonight, but the Tigers go down in defeat 44-7.